Hello everyone, welcome to the another session of digital signal processing. Today we'll be discussing new topic, that is analog filter design. Analog filter design has two approximation methods. One is Butterworth approximation and another is Chebyshev approximation. In this session we are going to cover Butterworth approximation. In the previous certain sessions we had discussed about two methods in which we were using to convert analog filter function to the digital filter function. Those two techniques that we have discussed were bilinear transformation and impulse invariant transformation. So before we could apply these two transformations to convert an analog filter to the digital one, we need to create a digital filter using a Butterworth approximation. So using this Butterworth approximation, we'll be able to design an analog filter, and we combine the technique of impulse invariant transformation and bilinear transformation to generate a digital filter using Butterworth design. So what this Butterworth design says, this is only an approximation method. Basically, we'll be using to design the low pass filter. So low pass filter has the ideal characteristic in which all the low frequencies would be passed and all other frequencies would be cut off, but practically that is not possible. Few of the desired frequency would also be present into the stop band as well. So that's why we call this technique only an approximation method for designing the low pass filter. To start with this Butterworth filter design, as specifically we'll be talking about this as one technique by which we are using for designing of the low pass filter, and then we have another kind of transformation technique by which we can convert this low pass filter into high pass filter, band pass filter or band stop filter as per the demand of the application. So whenever we are designing some kind of filter using any kind of approximation method, we have certain approximation function that we'll be using to design that transfer function. Here this is one particular transfer function which is specifically given by the Butterworth for designing of the low pass filter. Here we see we have in the numerator the constant A, which is called as the filter gain. Generally we want a filter gain to be the 1, but practically this is not possible. In denominator we have this factor which says 1 plus omega by omega c raised to the power 2n and whole bracket raised to the power 0.5. So this omega c is the 3 dB cutoff frequency and n is the order of the filter. So if we see low pass filter graph, we see that this is a point where we talk about all the frequencies having a gain 1, and this is an area where all the frequencies would be having a gain 0. So this is a point where I create this cutoff frequency. So this is important part in the designing. Moreover, how well we are generating the ideal characteristic. Practically the characteristic of low pass filter that we obtain appears like this, which doesn't have this sharp cutoff, whereas it has certain kind of transition time which it takes to get its amplitude from 1 to 0 or to migrate from the pass band to the stop band. So this is the cutoff frequency which should be very sharp. The more sharper this cutoff frequency, we would be near to the ideal characteristic of the low pass filter. And another condition which helps me deciding that how this particular point can be made as sharp as possible is the n, order of the filter. Order of the filter simply means the number of stages a filter should have. If I am designing a filter using RC component in the analog domain, then how many stages of RC combination should be there present to create such kind of response. So generally we have seen the greater is the value of n or larger is the number of the stages we have, better approximation we achieve for any kind of the filter. But again it has certain limitation of cost and the complexity, so we have to bargain and settle out at one particular value of n where we are getting the cutoff frequency which is very sharp and also the cost and complexity is not increased. Other than that, we'll also talk about two different frequencies, omega 1 and omega 2, which correspondingly representing me the pass band edge frequencies and stop band edge frequencies. So all these parameters are important before we begin designing of the analog transfer function. So here in this diagram we can see this gray line curve which looks like a rectangle. This is something that is ideal, and all the other curves that we can see here, these are practically achievable curve for different values of n. So here we can see these are n1, n2 and n3. n2 is greater than n1, n3 is greater than n2. So as I am increasing the value of n, I can see my graphs are moving inwards. That means they are moving towards this ideal characteristic. Moreover, what other parameter we have to consider? Two parameters are the order of the filter and of course the cutoff frequencies. Small other parameters are also present which have to be looked into while designing this Butterworth approximation filter. This one is the maximum gain which is possible with the filter, or that we desire a filter should give to all the passband frequencies, but there can be certain deviation from this particular value. So to that variation we represented with delta, because here in this left section we are talking about the passband. We can give it name as delta 1 or delta p. Similarly, in this stop band area we never achieve a value which is completely zero. There would be certain amount of value which varies between certain values. Say we denote it with delta 2, or we can also say delta s because it is representing the ripples in the stop band. So this is the amount of output, you can say, I am still obtaining because of the impracticability of this low pass filter, that certain values would be appearing in this stop band as well, and their magnitude we are represented as delta 2 or delta s. Along with that, we also talk about when it is taking certain amount of time to move from my pass band to stop band. This particular time is called as transition time, when all the values from 0 would attain the stop band value, maybe delta 2, or the desired value is 0. So this is a duration or the time taken by the filter to switch from the passband mode to the stop band mode. And here we talk about two frequencies, that is omega 1 and omega 2. So one is called as the passband edge frequency, another is called as stop band edge frequencies. So all these parameters combined together would give me a transfer function which defines the low pass analog filters. So this Butterworth approximation has three characteristics: that the magnitude response that we obtain using is maximally flat in the passband and stop band. That means we are getting small deviations in the passband and small deviation in the stop band, which would be most desired characteristic of any filter design. Secondly, we see that by increasing the filter order n that we have just discussed, this Butterworth response approximates the ideal response. That means we would be able to reach the ideal response by increasing the value of n. But the limitation for increasing the value of n, we cannot increase it till infinity, that the phase response of such filter that become non-linear with increasing in n. So if our information is lying into the phase, it has been phase modulated, we will not be able to get the correct information, or signal would get distorted. So a correct balance has to be made when we are choosing the value of n. So how to begin with designing of this kind of approximation method? These are the specifications that we generally obtain. This is a transfer function in which delta 1 and delta 2 are specified, and these are two cutoff frequency, the passband and the stop band cutoff frequencies. From this given specification, we have to properly calculate n and omega c. So all other factors which are delta 1, delta 2, we have frequencies, passband frequencies and stop band frequency. These are going to help us in calculating these two factors in the designing of analog filter, that is n and omega c. So alpha p and alpha s, these are the parameters which are called attenuation in the stop band and attenuation in the pass band. This attenuation in both the band is related to ripples delta 1 and delta 2 by these two equations, that is passband attenuation is minus 20 log delta 1 and stopband attenuation is minus 20 log delta 2. So either of these two can be calculated. Here in this specification, either we are given the attenuation or we may be given the value of the ripples. So using any of the one, we can calculate the another value. So using these formulas, delta 1 and delta 2, I can calculate two other parameters which are denoted as zeta and lambda. So zeta and delta 1, they are the parameters specifying allowable pass band, and delta 2 along with this lambda, they are the parameters which are specifying the allowable stop band. So here, how to proceed with this step? This is the Butterworth approximation standardized transfer function that we'll be using over and again. For calculation of n and omega c. This delta 1 and delta 2 would either be provided to us, or using the attenuation values, we can calculate these two values. By rearranging these two equations, from this particular rearrangement, I can calculate the value of n. So here I have cross multiplied these two equations, generated these equations, simplifying this equation and taking logarithm of those two parts, I can calculate this n in the power of ratio omega 2 by omega 1. So from the rearrangement, I get this approximation formula by which I would get the approximate value of n, that is the order of the filter, that I will be able to define how many stages should I create to get a low pass filter ideal characteristic. One important thing that I need to keep in mind while calculating this n, whatever value I am getting of n, it may be in a fraction value, it may be rational value, I have to choose the next highest integer. For example, if n comes out to be say 3.14, I would approximate it to 4. If n is coming say 3.74, I would again approximate it to the 4. So the next higher integer has to be taken. The theory behind is this, that whenever I am getting a value greater than 3, in the form of the hardware, I cannot decrease the hardware component. I should increase the hardware component to get the better characteristic. So whatever numeral values I am getting here, I am increasing this value. Ultimately, the components that I am using in the hardware, they are being increased. So better response would be obtained. So from the previous two equations, once we have obtained this order, either I will be using this or this equation to calculate the value of omega c, which is my cutoff frequency. So using this equation, I can calculate omega c, that is my cutoff frequency. So once two desired value n and omega c have been calculated, I need to create the transfer function. So we have two approximations for the transfer function depending upon the value of n, and the value of n being even and value of n being odd. If it is even 2, 4, 6 and so on, this is the transfer function is the multiplication of bk omega c that we have just calculated, s square plus bk omega c s plus ck omega c square. So these two values n and omega c are already available. The unknown variables are numerator capital BK and denominator small bk and small ck. So I need to see how to calculate these values. These values are nothing but the multiplier, certain kind of coefficients which are going to affect the slope of my response. And for odd values of n, the approximation that I use for the transfer function is first order transfer function multiplied by the even order transfer function. So to calculate the value of the coefficient small bk and ck is generally considered to be 1. So I need to only calculate different coefficients bk depending upon the value of n. So this is twice sine 2k minus 1 multiplied by pi by 2n. So this value of k ranges from 0 to n minus 1. So if n is 4, I would vary 0 to 3. So different values of bk, b0, b1, b2 and b3 can be calculated and substituted here, and this can be expanded to get the multiple factors. So we can calculate bk here. Ck is taken as 1 for all the approximations. Now to calculate capital bk, the standardized formula is this a, which is the amplitude which was given in the numerator. Generally we take it as 1. K ranging from 2 to n by 2 if n is even, and k ranges from 1 to n minus 1 by 2 if n is odd. So using these two approximations, we can calculate the value of capital bk. And once all these values have been calculated, we will substitute these values into the standard formula for transfer function, and this would give me the transfer function, desired transfer function using Butterworth approximation. Now if I need to create a digital filter, because using all these techniques we have calculated HS, which is the analog response. Now if I need to create the digital response, then either I can use impulse invariant technique or I can use bilinear transformation to convert my achieved HS to HZ. So we'll see this in one of the numerical, that how achieved HS can be converted into digital transfer function response. So here we need to determine only the order of the Butterworth filter, and specification being attenuation in the pass band is 1 dB, attenuation in the stop band is 3 dB, the pass band edge frequency is 200 radians per second, and stop band edge frequency is 600 radians per second. So if attenuations are given alpha s and alpha p, then using the standard formulas minus 20 log delta 1 and delta 2, I can calculate delta 1 and delta 2. So once I am able to calculate these values of delta 1 and delta 2, I can substitute these values into the standard formula for calculation of n here and here, and delta 2 and delta 1 are directly given to me, omega p 200 and omega s 600. Putting these values into this formula, simplifying all the numeral values, I can calculate the value of n, which here comes out to be 3.7. So as we have discussed that next higher integer has to be taken, so n would come out to be 4. 4 stages of RC low pass filter have to be cascaded to obtain the response of a filter for given specification. Another kind of specification which can be provided here, I need to design analog Butterworth filter which is having minus 2 dB passband attenuation, the frequency 20 radians per second, 10 dB stopband attenuation at 30 radians per second. Again, using these standard formula for attenuations and ripples, I can calculate delta 1 and delta 2. Using delta 1, delta 2 and the frequency 20 radians and 30 radians, I can calculate the order of the filter, which comes out to be 3.37, and we approximate it to be 4. Next step is calculation of omega c, the cutoff frequency. So to calculate cutoff frequency, this is my standard formula for the Butterworth approximation, which requires omega 1 and delta 1. From the previous calculation, we have already calculated delta 1, omega 1 is given to me. I would simply substitute these values into this formula, and we have calculated into the previous stage. So omega c comes out to be 21.3 radians per second. Once n and omega c are known, I can create the transfer function. So which equation have to be used? N is 4, this is even value, So we'll be using this transfer function for calculation of final transfer function, which represent my low pass analog filter. Again, I need to calculate the value of capital Bk, small bk and small ck, which is always considered at 1. So whatever coefficients we have, C1, C2, they would all be taken as 1. So we would simply calculate B1 and B2, and capital B1 and B2 product is 1. So simply substituting all these values into these standard equation, I can calculate this transfer function. Now this is in this form. I can create its partial fraction, may simplify it further, or I may leave it here only as analog transfer function. But if I would have been asked for digital transfer function, I would have seen that further simplification was a must. Now here I can see, determine HZ. A digital filter has to be designed with this given specification. T is given to be 1, and I am specified that for this digital transfer function I have to use impulse invariant transformation. So all these steps would remain same, that I need to create analog transfer function, and by using impulse invariant transformation I would convert this HS into HZ. But I need to keep in mind that whenever I am starting designing of digital filter using either impulse invariant transformation or bilinear transformation, the first step is mapping of the frequencies. Analog frequencies have to be mapped to the digital frequency, so that I may remove the limitations which is called as aliasing in impulse invariant transformation and nonlinearity in bilinear transformation. So this first step is the mapping of the digital and analog frequencies. So here the frequency which have been given to me, that is pi by 2, the passband edge frequency, and 3 pi by 4, which is stopband edge frequency, these are digital frequency. First I have to map this frequency to the analog frequency. So this is a direct relationship in the impulse invariant transformation. Because T is given to be 1 second, I can see that these two frequencies are equal. So I can start designing my filter, first calculating N, then calculating omega C, calculating all the coefficient in this similar manner that we have discussed in the previous numerical, and finally I am getting this transfer function. Now because I have to implement impulse invariant transformation for achieving HZ, I need to provide certain computation so that I can convert my analog filter to digital filter. So here we will be applying partial fraction and simplify this multiplicative factor into additive factor. These additive factors would be further simplified so that I can calculate my HS to HT, and from HT I can calculate HZ, which is a simple transformation method that we have previously discussed in detail in impulse invariant transformation. So this partial fraction and simplification of the standardization has been performed, and these two factors, that is H1Z and H2Z, have been calculated here. These two factors can be combined together to get the complete transfer function. So this is a transfer function which approximate all these specifications which have been specified for low pass filter design using Butterworth approximation. So this was all for this session. Another technique of transformation and approximation for designing the analog filter is the Chebyshev approximation that we will be discussing into the next session. Thank you.